Different loaves have different stories for me. So for instance, we make a classic French style baguette. After working in a French bistro for almost 3 years and traveling to France on several occasions, I am very passionate about what I believe a good baguette is and what a baguette I don't want is, and I, in the past, have been very vocal about that. For that reason, we don't make like a sourdough baguette. I think in the past I've said that they shouldn't be made or consumed, but others can do what they wish. The first time I ever made a honey rye porridge, it was like, yes, this is going to be a star for life, and it's the most popular bread that we have. I like to think of it like honey space rye porridge. So it includes a porridge made from rye flakes. A rye flake is a steam milled rye kernel. What it means is that it has a very moist, tender crumb that is like soft but also tangy. And then there's some sweetness from the honey itself. And this is an example of a naturally leavened bread. So it is a sourdough without being super sour. It makes me feel really good when the bread comes out just right, because it means that the bakers are listening and learning, and that the systems that I have set up and the ways that we have taught our team to create the bread is working and is effective. And it shows me that my team also has an understanding of what is just right with respect to the color and the proof and the fermentation. Working with everybody to create a cohesive and positive work environment, that's an important thing to make sure people are feeling comfortable and supported and working well while also crafting, the best bread in the Bay. So when I started baking professionally, I never had a female manager or a female boss or a female owner. So it was rare that there was somebody managing me or with more experience or with a leadership position was not a man. So I think that definitely inspired me to open my own business and to be that person that I never had as a bread mentor or, leader in the community or person who's handling it all. So that to me is, something I'm very proud of. The story of how we arrived at Victoria Circle is a long and funny one. I looked at this space maybe 11 or 12 times before committing to it. But what I loved about it is that it was tucked into a neighborhood and that it was a place where people could walk or take their stroller or their wagon or, drive from all over the Bay Area. San Leandro really is like a main centralized location. It's been so great to have it organically grow from a pop-up at the now shuttered Cleophas Quealy brewery to Bread Club and selling it at Zocalo where people picked up once a week to just my own storefront right up the block. I am part of the same community that all of my customers are. I used to host pop-ups outside of the bakery on the sidewalk, just in front, on our busy days, so either a Saturday or a Sunday, and I would like to host other women-owned businesses who were, smaller than we were, didn't have a storefront, maybe they were just single-person operators. That was something we started a couple years before the pandemic. When I realized that we wouldn't be doing one soon, I decided to start buying goods from women-owned businesses that were local and displaying them at my storefront so that people could just be shopping, and that would be a way that would continue that support but be a little more pandemic friendly. To this day, I'm still very close with a lot of the people who have popped up in front of my storefront, and other local restaurant owners. We're always texting and relying on each other for, you know, who do you use for this? Where did you grab this? What's your experience like with this? You know, and just we have these open lines of communication that have been really helpful, and friends who I can just go to right away, who I know have experience and who won't, you know, roll their eyes at me. They'll offer something helpful and insightful that will actually help me grow my business in some way. So those are really important connections for me. People see me actively in the community. I can connect with people about when their fig tree is going to start blossoming while I'm walking to the bakery where we're developing our new, you know, fig Danish. Anybody who's a baker knows how much orange zest and lemon zest and the juices from both. And then of course all the seasonal specialty items like, you know, figs or thyme or broccoli or what have you. A lot of people have lost fruit that they're just getting so much that they don't use or need. I think it's a great way to continue to source locally, and also cost effectively. I feel very fortunate, like we're saving a lot of money by sourcing locally, but also, you know, growing the connections between us and our neighbors.
Dinner rolls are lovely.
Yes.
Pretzel's a little underrated.
Oh, who underrates a pretzel?
Well, I just, you know, I look at sales and
It kind of harkens back to our original motto, which was community supported bakery, which is based on the model of community supported agriculture. So that's all tied in with like the bread club and being close with your neighbors, and yeah, just being really involved with the place that you are, rather than being a big, you know, big bread giant with robots. That's not what we're about. Helps continue that ethos.